we're going to want to keep the pick moving down up. I start with a D chord, capo 7th fret, standard tuning. I usually check the strings with a tuner after I've put the capo on, because the capo will almost always make the strings go sharp. All right, so we've got this intro, D, D sus2 or D add 9, back to D. So your hand is moving down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's just not always hitting the strings. It's a little tricky until you just sort of think about that motion and think about what you want to hear and try to get that to come from the chords. G chord, A7, back to D, A7, back to D. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Alright, so that's all based on those chords. It's D, G, A7, back to D, G. Alright, verses. Here comes the sun, all off the D. G, E7, D. Alright, and here comes this little run. Alright, so let's talk about that one real quick. So you're going to slide from fret 2 from the capo to 4. I do the middle finger, put the first finger here. So you're essentially in like part of a D7 shape. If you took a D7 shape chord, lift this finger off, move it up a whole step. Then you go back to a D add 9 or D sus2 shape. So that's a D without this finger. Then a D from an open 3rd string back to this. And then I've seen it written this way, or either way works. So you're going down a D scale. So D, C sharp, B, and this is relative to the capo. So sometimes there's a little tag like this afterwards, or other times it goes right into the next part after the next verse. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. So that was D, G, A7. Back to D. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. E7, D, it's alright. So that's that extra little tag there, and then you're on verse 2. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Chorus. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. I say it's alright. Alright, this part here is a bit tricky, and the way that you count it, I've seen it written different ways. I'm going to think of it as groups of 3. So let's talk about this. So you've got this 1, 2, 3. These are the notes of an A or A7 chord. You've got A, C sharp, E, just arpeggiated. You could do it this way as well. But A, C sharp, E, remember, relative to the capo. And then we go to the notes of an F chord. So you got F, A, C. So these are groups of 3 rhythmically. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we go to a C chord. Strings 5, 4, and 3 from the C chord. Then a G over B. and then a G chord. All right, so if I think of that as groups of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, so I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, like that. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, so we're counting eighth notes at first, and then we go to quarter notes. If you don't know what that means, that's okay. So listen to the counting on this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You do that a total of 6 times. 1 without vocals and 5 with the vocals. So it's... Third time with vocals, here it comes. Fourth time, sun, 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 here it comes. One more with vocals, sun, 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 here it comes. All right, A7. I'm gonna go through this slowly. So that's all based on an A7 chord relative to the capo. A7. Then the second string melody. Da, 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 da. A7 sus4. Second string still. Da, 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 to the first string A7. This is your melody note. First string, second string, fret 3. First string open. First string, fret 3 from the capo. That's an A7 again, and then this is also an A7 with a high A. So let me go through that one more time. A7, second string melody. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Then you're in verse 3. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Like years since it's been clear. Of course, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. One more. It's alright. Just that part. Alright, here's the outro. We go walk down F, C, G over B, G, and then a D over A. So let me go through that outro one more time. So you've got this after it's alright. There's 2 of those. It's alright. F, C, G over B, G, and then strum a D chord. So there's a little bit of a retardando at the end there. You got the F, C, G over B, G, and there you go. All right, so that's how I play Here Comes the Sun. Probably slight variations from what George Harrison did, and I'm sure if he played it twice, he'd probably do it differently each time. But that's based on the chords. And remember, it really helps rhythmically to keep that picking hand just moving, just nice and steady like that all the way through. And we play pretty lightly on this. It's not a super aggressive attack on the pick there. So, all right, have fun with that. Thanks.